Everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports. This is Power Play, and we're joined as always by Chris Uminski. Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Brian. How are you?
Doing quite well. So we had some news. We said we weren't going to do another video on Evander Kane specifically, so we have more stuff coming up. But yeah, Evander Kane back in the news.
Yeah. So we talked a little while ago in what I hoped would be the grand finale of the Evander Kane saga. It's looking like maybe this might be it.
Yes.
So we talked about how he faked his COVID card, got in trouble. He was suspended for a quarter of the season, 21 games. Well, that suspension actually ended last night.
Okay. Is he back? What's happening?
So, that's a complicated question.
Yeah.
So before the suspension had even expired, San Jose Sharks put him on waivers.
Mm-hmm.
They decided that they don't want him on the NHL team. They put him on waivers. So basically, they're making him available to the rest of the league. They've also said we'd be willing to trade you him, and like a player like him, he's a good player, but he's locker room cancer.
Baggage, yeah. Quite a bit of baggage.
He's locker room cancer. So, there's not a lot of teams that are willing to put up with that. So I guess the Sharks are even saying, like, we will retain salary if you take him. We will essentially pay you to take him from us.
And they still can't find anyone to do that.
We still can't find anybody to do that. So he clears waivers. And when he cleared waivers, he was immediately assigned to the AHL team, the San Jose Barracuda.
Formerly the Worcester Sharks.
Formerly the Worcester Sharks.
Yeah. And I said to you, like, if they were still here, we have the Railers now. We don't need the Sharks. They left us. If they were still here and Evander Kane was going here, I would have done whatever it took to get a press badge for us to go and interview him. But not the case.
Very sad. We'll try next time.
Yeah.
Maybe if somebody gets like super demoted from the Islanders or
all the way to the Railers, yeah.
Yeah, so they demoted him to the Barracuda, and he's still on contract. He's still on contract through 2025. But by demoting him to the AHL, they don't have to. His salary doesn't hit against the NHL cap. It frees up their salary cap space. And it still honors their contractual obligations to have him in the organization.
To employ him, yeah.
But what I think is going to happen is he's just going to stay there. I don't think the Sharks are going to bring him back. I would be surprised if he plays an NHL game ever again.
Right. He's going to tear up the AHL for the rest of his career.
Yeah, look out, Providence. I lost my train of thought. So he's just gonna chill down in the AHL. He's talking like he wants to go back to the NHL. His agent is talking that way too. They're obviously gonna work hard to try to get him somewhere.
Of course, yeah.
The Sharks can't trade him though without his permission because he does have a no trade.
Okay. Oh man.
Jesus. I wonder if the Sharks are looking at his contract like, why did we agree to all of this?
Probably.
Like, before he was even a member of the Sharks, he was already known for being kind of an asshole. So I don't understand why they wouldn't give him a contract that'd be easy to cut him loose from, but that's their thing.
Yeah, and now the Barracuda's GM is like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this salary? Like, our cap situation's all fucked.
I actually don't know if there's a salary cap for the AHL.
All right, that's good. So they didn't saddle problems down there.
Just because like the way that the AHL works, like if they do have to send down like a big name player for like injury rehab or whatever, We have like these players making like maybe like $300,000 a year. Then you get like the $4 million, $5 million guy
Yeah.
coming down. Oh no, that's half of our salary.
Oh man. Yeah, you're probably right there. Oh man. So yeah, we'll see. We'll report on Evander Kane's movements if it ever happens because we didn't think
Yeah.
necessarily this would happen, but I guess hey, contracts, tough things to break.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but yeah,
personally think it's hilarious that a player who's as good as Evander Kane is just gonna rot in the AHL.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But hey, if you're a Barracuda fan, this is big news. It's huge. Gonna win. I don't know what the equivalent of the Stanley Cup is in the
The
AHL.
Calder Cup.
That they're coming
Like,
for that.
They're gonna hoist that Calder Cup, which I think is actually just the size of like a regular trophy.
They don't have the actual like way they do the Stanley Cup. Oh man. All right. So what else do you want to talk about?
So some of the other shenanigans going on in the NHL. We talked a little bit about Artemi Panarin and throwing the glove at Marchand getting suspended in the last video.
Mm.
The biggest bit of shenanigans. So what I'm going to tell you is rare, even for hockey standards.
Mm.
So the Ottawa Senators and the LA Kings played a game at the Staples Center in LA. Brendan Lemieux from the Kings and Brady Tkachuck from the Senators got into a little tilt. Had a little fight there.
Mm-hmm. So it was almost UFC on ice, like it was not a normal hockey fight where they're standing up punching. They were on the ground. The refs were like, "What the hell do we do?"
The refs were trying to pull them apart. Like,
yeah.
So the fight is great as it is, but then fight ends. Brady Tkachuck's up. He's holding his hand. He's pointing at his hand at the refs. You can see him going, "He fucking bit me."
Yeah. So what the hell, Chris? Like I saw this on Twitter and I was like, "What? This is so weird."
So Brendan Lemieux bit Brady Tkachuck in the hand twice.
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 Jesus. So, I mean, this is pretty unprecedented, I would imagine.
Well, and it's funny that you say that because Brendan Lemieux is the son of another famous NHL asshole, Claude Lemieux.
Okay.
Who in his day was suspended for biting somebody.
Oh my. That's so ridiculous. But all right.
I mean, the apple doesn't fall far.
Yeah, like father, like son.
So Brendan Lemieux had an in-person meeting with player safety today. Like, if it's an in-person meeting, then
yeah. How does that meeting go? All right, man. What the fuck?
I haven't heard anything about how that meeting went.
Yeah.
I guess the Kings are expecting a lengthy suspension, which I would hope so. The best thing coming out of this, though, is easily what Brady Tkachuck said after the game. And I'm gonna read I'm gonna read what he said.
All right.
It kind of reads like a Trump tweet.
Okay, that's good.
So, goes, "It was the most gutless thing somebody could ever do. This guy, you can ask any one of his teammates. Nobody ever wants to play with him. This guy's a bad guy and a bad teammate. He focuses on himself all the time. This guy's just a joke. He shouldn't be in the league. This guy's gutless. No other team wants him. He's going to keep begging to be in the NHL, but no other team is going to want him. He's an absolute joke. I can't even wrap my head around it. People don't even do this. He's just a bad guy."
Hey, that did read like a Trump tweet. You're right. But hey, also he bit him. He has every right to be mad.
Hashtag fake news.
Oh man. So yeah, just a wild story.
It's crazy. I guess Matthew Tkachuk, Brady's brother, Guess
Right.
came out later and said, "Yeah, I agree with everything Brady said."
Yeah. Pretty easy to agree with that. Oh man. All right, Chris. Anything else you want to talk about before we get on out of here for this one?
Nope. I think that'll do it. Lots of shenanigans, lots of news.
Yeah.
Evander Kane is in the gulag.
Yes. In the proverbial gulag of the AHL. I don't think he can. I don't think there's any one-on-ones to get out of this one, unfortunately for him. So we'll see what happens there. All right, Chris. Where can they find you online?
So the best spot on hockey Twitter is definitely my account, Chris_Uninsky. All the best hockey takes, hockey news, hockey memes,
Yes.
all that great stuff.
Absolutely. Totally agree. Go follow him there. You can follow me on Twitter at @thefakeBeMar, BMARR. Channels on Twitter at WickedGoodSport and at WG Everything. Instagram Wicked Everything. Twitch at twitch.tv/Wicked Everything. And on TikTok, just search Wicked Good Everything and search Wicked Good Sports. The main channel is, of course, youtube.com/Wicked Everything. And we have a podcasting channel. Search Better Radio for that. Chris, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.